Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 25. I just watched the episodes 23 and 24. If you want to see my reaction videos for them, I'm gonna put the links into the I'm gonna put the link for the playlist that I made for My Hero Academia in case you want to rewatch all of the seasons 1, 2, 3, 4 and now entirely the season 5 with me, with all of the OVAs, and we had a lot of them, in fact, like almost 6 of them, I think, maybe more. And the 2 movies, I'm gonna watch after this season 5 the 3rd movie. Also, I'm really watching everything, so if you want to rewatch everything with me, you have the playlist that I made for that, and you're gonna have all of the videos, you know, into the chronological order, so you're not gonna have to try to find them, you know, and all. You can just take the playlist, you know, and make it roll, you know, make it play just like that without you really being on it. I'm saying that because that's how I'm watching reaction videos, so I imagine that I'm not the only one and maybe some of you are doing that right now. The 2 last episodes that I watched today were really amazing because, you know, we had the origins of Shigaraki when he was a little kid, when he didn't commit that big crime, you know, of killing his entire family. And after that, what happened to him when he was recruited by the master, when the master managed to brainwash him. I'm really gonna repeat it. For me, it was a brainwashing because that little kid, 5 years old, didn't know, couldn't know that he would have that quirk. So after that, when he killed all of his family, it was not because he wanted to, it was because he couldn't control his emotions and his quirk. His dad, yes, his dad, he killed him willingly, but not the other ones. And after that, the master who discovered him, I don't know how, clearly, but the master who discovered him, clearly that one made him think that that urge of destroying, like for example Toga has an urge of blood, was something really natural and that he should embrace and that he should continue to do, be proud of and all. Things which are not that bad, you know, like I'm all for everyone into this universe to accept and embrace their quirks, but clearly the master made him think that he could use it to do bad stuff, to do everything that he wants, killing people just like that, just because he wants it. And that clearly, in fact, the master, knowing that this kid was only 5 years old, had that big memory about what happened to his family and in fact how his family treated him, locked like that, the master brainwashed that kid to become who he wanted him to become. I said it also, I'm gonna repeat it. For me, Shigaraki just unlocked that memory, but he's still considering that memory, because also he just unlocked it, as a 5 years old kid, meaning that he's not reconsidering everything that happened and the fact that his mother, his grandmother, his grandfather, okay, that was not cool, the fact that they were not protecting him enough, you know, against the father, but at the same time they tried to protect him by reassuring him, being there for him, so kind and all of the rest of the time, and the father was clearly wrong and bad and hurting him, but it was also because he had a bad background with his own mother, who was supposed to be a great hero but who abandoned him, so that's why he hated so much heroes and the idea that his son could be an hero, and maybe also he didn't want for his son to be disappointed, to be like him in fact. Clearly that was wrong, that was bad, but he had his reasons and it was his bad weird way to protect his son. That's something that you can understand as an adult, that's something that you can understand by working on a memory, understanding it, and that's something that Shigaraki never did, and maybe is never gonna do. He never did it because this memory was locked inside of his mind. Maybe he's never gonna do it because he's so brainwashed now by all of the rest of his life with the master guiding him to be like that, that in fact he's like that now when it's too late. No matter what, it happened, we discovered all of that, and no matter what, the fight Ridestro against Shigaraki ended like that. Not with Makia intervening, really with Shigaraki himself winning against Ridestro, and I was surprised by that, I didn't expect it. And by winning that fight, in fact Shigaraki won a lot. He won for Makia, so everyone working for the master before that, considering him as the new master. He won for Ridestro to abdict in front of him, so in fact he won for all of the villains of this universe to consider him as their leader. And he won also with that fight the fact that he became the best villain of this anime, so he became the one that Deku at some point is gonna have to win against. And that's something that maybe I didn't consider enough. I talked about it before, the fact that this anime was about Deku becoming a great hero and Shigaraki becoming a great villain, and that was great to see not only the evolution of the hero but also the evolution of the villain. But I think that if I consider that Deku would become the best hero, I think that I never considered in fact that Shigaraki would become the best worst villain. Maybe I always thought that the master would come back no matter what, and no, in fact no, now I truly believe that it's gonna be Shigaraki. So yes, I was wrong about the League of Villains working with for the Meta Liberation Army. In fact, it's the contrary, it's the Meta Liberation Army working for with the League of Villains with the Paranormal Liberation Front. Now, their alliance, the name of their alliance, it's that. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now, let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want, you have my Patreon on which you can have 4 episodes of advance, meaning that if you're subscribing right now, you're gonna have my reactions and my thoughts about the movie, the 3rd movie, and about the 3 first episodes of the season 6, if you can be interested by that. And also the little OVA going with the movie. I saw that we had one, Departure. And yes, we have 4 episodes of advance, which means 2 weeks of advance on my Patreon. 4 reaction part for big episodes, and no matter what, longer reaction part for all of the rest of the episode. But clearly for the previous episodes I put a lot of 4 reaction part videos with full opacity. It's advantages that I'm working hard to give you on my Patreon, to thank you for your support, because the best way to support me, it's on my Patreon. Okay, let's go for this episode. Now we're gonna be back with our guys normally. Maybe our guys through Ox, discovering a lot of things about the Paranormal Liberation Front. We'll see. Okay, so this reunion happened 1 month before prison time. Ah, okay. It was who? You killed that person? I didn't see for real who it was. Yes. Because for now he has the advantage, you know, the advantage of the surprise. But it means that everyone right there knows that you're with the villains, in fact, you know, they think so. Even that, you know, we can make a parallel about it with Deku. His childhood, we can make a parallel. The fact that using his quirk that much hurt him like that with his arm, we can make a parallel. I'm sorry, it made me think also of Deku, another parallel, the fact that maybe he's the fourth generation, Deku also, so maybe that's why he can have access to also all of the different versions, you know, of the quirk and can talk with all of the predecessors. Ah, back with the present. Back with our guys? I'm glad. I missed you. Fake French guy. I appreciate him now. He got my heart little by little. Good job. Okay. You worked hard. I'm sure that you worked hard, all of you, including you, Minetta. Five seasons to get there, and it's not even the end of the first year at school, you know, for Deku. You remember that she was worried. Not that much. Yes, girl. Oh, the cutest. What? What? A quirk. Itchy. You have. She has maybe the urge of using it. That's a big compliment. Ah, come on, Bakugo. We know that you're changing, you showed it, so... Ah, we almost saw his real face, almost. Yes, I was gonna say it. Your mentor. Eh? It means that you can train him. Oh, you're gonna make me angry again. Stop judging and do it yourself if you're not happy about it. Oh, that's it. I want to eat everything. Not that much. Again, 5 seasons, guys. For 1 year for you. So 1 more season, in fact. It's such a chance. To talk with him. Normally... Still into your dreams. With Stain? See, well guided, well pushed and loved, Eri is gonna become amazing and maybe a great hero. It could have been the case for Toga, for even Shigaraki, for a lot of these villains. Oh, you can't do like them, but you can do a lot for them. You were addicted to your work. Not that again. You became friends, but at first you were not that much, you know, on the same side. But we still don't know what it's gonna be. An identity? Ah! Yes! Oh, it's spring! No? Uh-huh. Die? And you have Andover as a puppet. Major incident? Okay, that hidden scene was a little teaser for next season. Cool, really cool. This episode felt really lighter after the 2 last episodes, and even more than that, you know, really all of the last episodes, since we are with the villains, on the villains side, to discover how that alliance, League of Villains and Metal Liberation Army happened. Since we began to be with them, we were not with our guys or students, so I missed them, and also we had only big episodes. In fact, I think that everything began with Aizawa and Radio Guy, you know, going into that jail to meet with their old friend and to try to have information about Nomu's. Since that episode, really, we had only big episodes and we had no news about our guys. Because in fact, we came back into the past, you know, to discover what happened into that town and with that alliance, how it would happen. How it happened. So it felt great to be back with our guys. I really missed them. I saw that, you know, when we had a recap about all of them, what they learned during their work studies. I was like, oh, each one of you, I missed all of you, like really. Even fake French guy, you know, was like, oh. That's it, now I appreciate him. I told you, now I appreciate him. He really gained my heart little by little. And mostly because I saw him taking care of other people. And I truly appreciate that quality. So I was like, okay, that's it, you gained my heart. And everyone else, I was so proud of them, you know, because of all of what they learned, so it felt really great to be back with them. I have the impression that what we saw of Eri during this episode about the fact that it's itching, you know, and her quirk can reappear really soon, I think that it's a little reminder of Shigaraki, of Toga, that urge that they had about using their power. For one it was the blood, for the other one it was the destruction urge. And right there, clearly, she's like them, she's like all of these kids. Her quirk appeared and she has that urge of using it, or more, you know, that quirk needs to express itself to be used. But Eri, she's loved and she's with good people who are gonna support her, who are gonna guide her to use it well, to handle it, when Toga, Shigaraki and other villains, maybe they never had that chance. I really believe that a lot of villains right now, a lot of the ones who are villains right now, in fact, are villains because they were not well supported, loved, guided when they were kids. At Eri's age, you know, because people considered that their quirks were dangerous and that was all, so they didn't love him anymore, they didn't help them at all, something like that. They didn't consider them. I think also I said it that a lot of villains were pushed by this system, this society to become villains because they were considered as potentially dangerous. And you know, when during your entire childhood people are telling you your quirk is dangerous, with it you're gonna become a villain. At some point, if you're tempted to do something criminal, it's really a big temptation, that's what I mean. So I can understand really their reasons, and for me it's a system which pushed them to be like that. The villain, you know, the bad guy who is the bad guy just for the pleasure of being bad, it's almost a myth, you know, they all had reasons to be there. And for me, a lot of them are because of this system, or because when they were kids, they were not helped, guided, loved, supported enough. So I'm glad that Eri, right there, she's with good people, and I'm glad that Aizawa is taking the decision of training her, beginning to train her right now, because she needs that. She needs to accept her quirk, to handle it, and really just to accept it, in the sense that so far she always considered that it was something bad, so she needs to embrace it, to love it, and to not think that her quirk is bad. Because you know, it's also something with Toga and Shigaraki, they always considered that their quirks were bad, so it meant that they were destined, you know, to be bad people in a way, when it's not the case. And I think that Eri is going to be the perfect proof of that. That little discussion, Aizawa and All Might, was really nice. For sure, it's a reminder of the fact that All Might doesn't have his quirk anymore and can feel useless because he can't save people anymore, but is useful because he's still alive, because he can train the new heroes, and that's already amazing because they are respecting him a lot. It was a reminder also, for me at least, of their relationship and the fact that at the beginning, for what I can remember, they were not friends, and I even had the impression that something happened between them that, you know, like something not that great. But little by little we saw them beginning to be friends, and for me right there that was a real friendly conversation, do you understand what I mean? So that was nice. Bakugo reacting like that during the conversation with Deku and All Might about the predecessors' quirks. It's not really a surprise. That was fun. It's a teaser about what the next season is gonna be about for Deku, to learn more about these different quirks, how to handle them, and at least he has a lot of them. The majority of them which are named, you know, like he can try to feel them inside of him, so to use them and handle them during next season. Maybe it's not gonna take that long, in fact, for him to have access to them and to use them. But 2 of them are lost, like they don't know what they are about. So when they're gonna appear, it's gonna be a surprise. To finish with Ox, it's a good reminder, I mean, to begin this episode with Ox and to finish this episode with Ox, it's a good reminder of his role as a double agent, which is so dangerous. Like really the fact that all of the villains present at that meeting, you know, they saw him, so meaning that all of these villains know that he joined us, the number 2 of the heroes is with us, meaning that at some point any of them can get out and can just, you know, say it to everyone. It's really dangerous. But he's still with them, so he can still gather informations which can be helpful, because soon that big day is gonna come, and we saw that during that hidden scene, which was a teaser for next season. It's gonna be during that spring work study when they're gonna be all together, and it's gonna be into that town. A major incident is gonna happen. That was cool. That was a cool episode, a nice one, a calmest one, so that was cool. Okay, so next time that I'm gonna see you, it's gonna be for the movie and for the little OVA going with it. That's nice also. Okay, it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hey.